So the time came around when the Legion pre-patch came out, where they added a lot of the things they were going to add in Legion to the live servers. And especially one of the things that they had was the class changes, and where they were sort of pushing for class diversity and making them more fun, and they succeeded. They actually went over my expectations. I mean, the new survival hunters are fun. The new rogues are amazing, outlaw rogues, and especially my main priest is much better than it was before. I mean, I don't know if it was just like because I had been using the same rotation for so long, or because I had known like almost everything about the priest because I've been playing it for so long that it sort of got boring, but at least now it is much better. I mean, before you just be doing some mindless rotation, and it'd only be fun when you got to the end, but now you're like pushing yourself to get more insanity, and it's more of a challenge, and it's not just some mindless stuff. It's a lot more fun. So let's get into it. First off, they've made what you use your, I don't know what to call it, resources for, much better. Before you just be waiting for the cooldown of your Mind Blast, you could use it to get your Shadow Orb. And then when you use it, you just use it on some dot. I mean, it was a really cool dot, don't get me wrong. It was better than most. That sounds so weird. It sounds like a critiquing. Like, yes, this was a very good dot. It stood out. No, but back on topic. And it was pretty boring, mindless rotation. Now you actually have insanity, which is really nice because it's not just the Mind Blast that is generating it. It's almost all of your spells that are generating it. So you're not just waiting for that Mind Blast to cool down. Although Mind Blast is a very big contributor to like the whole insanity because it generates a lot. And once you get enough insanity, you get to use this new spell that replaces Devouring Plague called Void Eruption, which pretty much does roughly 10k to anyone afflicted by your dots, which your dots are Shadowed Pain and Vampire Touch still. Nothing's changed about those. And the coolest thing is you can just dot up everything and then use this and you do a crap ton of damage. It's freaking crazy. And then once you do that, you go into Void form, which, let me tell you, is amazing. I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, just look at it. Look at it. You can't just look at that and say it is not freaking awesome. I mean, no questions there. And also, Void Form increases all damage done by 20%, reduces the cooldown of your Mind Blast by 3 seconds, and lastly, for every second you're in there, you gain 1% haste, although your insanity slowly goes down. So it's sort of like you're racing against the clock. Your insanity goes faster and faster the longer you're in there. So you try to stay in Void Form as long as you can, so you can do as much damage as you can. And the coolest thing is even once you get out of Void Form, however many seconds you're in there, and which means how much percent haste you add, you get as lingering insanity, which means for 1 minute after you're out of Void Form, you get however many seconds you're in there as haste. So like if I'd been in there for like 30 seconds, I get 30% haste, 30% increased haste, and it's amazing. It's a lot more fun than it was before, and I just think it was really cool. Also, they changed the talents, and they're a lot better now. Like, I know they did this for all classes, but before there'd be like one main talent that would choose how you play, and then there'd be like two other talents that would like affect how you play. That's it. All the rest would pretty much be garbage, and you wouldn't really use. But with this, every talent affects your playstyle, like, or at least most of them. I have like one that doesn't affect it, but almost all of them are a big contributor to the playstyle. And if I choose one, I almost choose my playstyle. It's crazy and it's really awesome. There's not just like one overall talent that chooses your playstyle. It's more like the combination. So it leaves for like a lot more synergies and a lot more things to do, and it's just awesome. I know that a lot of what I'm saying, they did this to almost all the characters, but just Shadow Priest specifically, they did really good in my opinion. Now for the smaller, more nitpicky things about Shadow Priests. I mean, they're not big, but I thought they were worth mentioning anyway, so I'm just going to put them in the video. Number 1, Shadow Form. Before, if you wanted to heal yourself, or you wanted to do anything like that, you'd have to go out of Shadow Form, do it all, come back in Shadow Form, and then start everything else again. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but if you forgot it, it'd be a lot easier to kill you, and you do a lot less damage, and sometimes you just forget it and accidentally turn it off, and the same thing would happen. I mean, it was just a big nuisance. But now, there's none of that, no hassle, just simply your base form is Shadow. No going in and out, or anything like that, or no hassle about forgetting about it, just your base form is Shadow. And second, because your base form is Shadow and you can't go in and out to heal, they made your heals, you could use your heals inside Shadow form. Now you can use your Powered Shield, or this new heal that just replaced Flash Shield, which is awesome, Shadow Mend. I mean, especially, there's this one talent you can get, and it makes it amazing. You can use it like 6 times and you're at full health. It's It's really good, especially for DPS. Number 3 is evidently Shadow Form again. But don't worry guys, this isn't the same one. I'm not gonna do that to you. Just bear with me. So for number 3 I chose Shadow Form again. Because before the pre-patch, when you were in Shadow Form, you were just one big purple blob. That was you. Just one big transparent purple blob. You couldn't see your armor, couldn't see anything like that. So if you transmog like I did, and you liked it, too bad. Couldn't see it. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, okay, now you can just use the less transparency glyph, and I know, I tried it. I mean, it does help because you do get to see your transmog, which I would use, as you saw in my last video, but you're not dark enough. You're not purple enough, in my opinion. It's sort of just like a light tint, and I didn't like that as much. I liked it when you were actually see-through and stuff like that. So it's like Blizzard heard my plea and answered it. It's in between, so you can actually see your armor, but it's enough to where you're still transparent and look freaking awesome. It's amazing. Almost everything looks awesome with Shadow Priest. Now your Shadow Form, your Void Form, almost everything. It's amazing. I will mention some bad stuff though, some things I didn't like them really getting rid of, which is Psychic Core. I liked it. It made PvP 10 times better. Because you just sat there, you would use it, boom, everyone gangs them dead. I felt so good using it. It was my favorite things about PvP. I don't like that it's gone. Meh. Although I will say it was a little OP. You could just let them sit there for like 4 straight seconds and anyone could attack them or do anything. So they're pretty much good as dead if you use that. So I guess it's a little better because we're actually balancing them, but whatever. I don't like it. That's all that matters. I know this might just be me or maybe some other people, but the playstyle I like the most is like a Super Burst one. But the only problem with that is you can't have any good filler or do much damage without doing the Super Burst, so it's not the best because the 2 actual good talents that are make your filler and make your actual damage besides doing the Super Burst good are on like the 2 same columns that are things you must have, pretty much must have, to have this Super Burst talent, which like I think again might actually be better for balancing purposes, but to me, I want to be super OP, man. I think almost everyone does. So I guess that's just something I just don't like. So I don't really know now if I'd want that or not. I'm sort of confused. And lastly, a bad thing that is actually bad, and that's that they removed Angelic Feather, and which sort of sucks because I really liked Angelic Feather. It lasted for a long time and it took almost forever to run out of 3 charges. It was really fast and I had a lot of mobility. But now, they've sadly since then removed it. And there is still some talents that you can choose that'll make you go faster. But they're on the same row as this amazing talent that'll increase your Shadow Man that I was talking about before. It's just a lot better. And now, pretty much because I did that, I don't have much mobility, which sort of sucks, but I have amazing healing, so I guess that's an upside too. So, again, it's sort of like equals out because you get more healing, but you don't have as much mobility. I guess healing's a little better, but, so I guess this is a good, I still don't know, all of these seem to be more good than they are bad, but I don't know. I will say, I might just be not mentioning any bad things because this is like the first couple weeks of me playing, so I'm all in love with Shadow Priest and everything, so. I'm probably going to do a review on Legion soon when it comes out, and I'll be all in love with it, and I'll say everything that's amazing, and then I'll probably do one later, so you guys actually have like my real opinion when I'm not all in love with it, and I've actually seen everything, so you can actually see, and I'll probably just include my whole Shadow Priest thought in that too, so look out for that video coming out soon, and I'll add one towards the later part of Legion, to where I actually do more of an honest one, but just keep an eye out for that, guys. So that's all the time I have for now, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. Write down in the comments if you guys have any opinions about Shadow Priest, if you like him or not. What's your favorite change that they've made, and what's your favorite class? Just right away. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much, so much to me. Be on the lookout for my new videos, or if you're watching this later, that they've already came out. But I will see you guys next time.